Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Nintendo Obi-Wan. Today I'll be reviewing the Qui-Gon lightsaber from the Pack Store. This version actually has the CFX and neopixel. There is another version with Profi and neopixel, and I think it's Asteria and neopixel, and I think another version, but I can't quite remember. Might be just empty. But I think the CFX version is the most expensive, Profi being the second most expensive, and then I think Asteria is the last cheapest if you don't go buy from what it is empty and stuff. But this one does have CFX and NeoPixel, and this one right now on the Pack Store is $569. That's not including tax or shipping. Living in the United States, the shipping for me was around $35. And one of the things about this lightsaber is that it has a CoverTech belt clip for you to attach it to your belt. So if you already have a CoverTech belt clip, that's going to be great. But also, I don't think they sell a CoverTech belt clip. I purchased mine separately because it was just a lot cheaper. Living in the United States, I did purchase this CoverTech belt clip from the Custom Saber shop. This one was $10, not including shipping, but shipping was definitely a lot cheaper than from the UK or from anywhere else in the world. So this was my cheapest option. But if you live in the UK, you might want to check out, KR Sabers or something like that. But for the cheapest for me was the Custom Saber shop for the United States. So I did pick this one up. This one was not purchased on the Pack Store, but yeah, this one cost around $10 and only a couple bucks to ship. I think it was like $5 or $7 to ship. But overall, this was the cheapest available cover type belt clip for me. But it will vary from where you live. So let's go ahead and get into the saber. First off, I'll go ahead and show what it looks like on the outside. And it does have the deep grooves going along right here, which looks very nice. This button is the only bad thing I think I have to say about it. The buttons, excuse me, not just this one, but both of them. This one on top is a little wiggly. It's not that bad. It still clicks in pretty nice. It does have a nice click, but it is a little wobbly, but I don't think it's going to break off anytime soon. And up here, it did include a blade plug. I contacted them and asked them if it did, and they said it did not, but you could purchase one. But when I received mine, it did come with one, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I did receive one, but I'm not sure if you will receive one if you do purchase one. The pommel does have nice vents for the sound to come out very clean, but personally, if you muffle it with your hand, it actually sounds a little bit louder and better because it's coming out through these seeps all through here. But personally, it sounds really good. Here's the CoverTech belt clip. That's the wheel that you would attach to the CoverTech belt clip that I purchased from the Custom Saber shop, or you can get yours from KR Sabers. But simply, you squeeze these two sides in and then slot it in, and it's not going to go anywhere. Even if you try and push up and down, that's not going to go anywhere until you squeeze these back in, and then it pops right off. It's a very nice feature to have. It's exactly screen accurate and perfect to the movie. So I really do like that option. And the second button for the auxiliary is this one. And when I did receive it first, it is a little hard to press in. It'll kind of get stuck around the edges. As you can see, it won't press in sometimes, but I have to like make sure I'm actually pressing it in correctly. But I mean, when you're holding it from right here, like from your pointer finger holding it correctly, it is a lot easier to press it, but sometimes it does get stuck and I have a hard time pushing it. But yeah, other than those two buttons, everything else is very nice and clean. It's very screen accurate, and it's very nice as either a cosplay item, or if you want to use it as a replica display or something like that. It suits for both. This is very well built, and it's definitely going to last a long time. I will go ahead and show you the pommel that unscrews in the inside right there. So here the pommel just unscrews, and we can just go ahead and set that to the side. And as you can see here, I don't know what they make their chassis out of, but it's really nice and feels like it's not going to break at all. Some of the other chassis that a lot of people use are 3D printed, and while those do work very well, they also feel like they may break if you push too hard on these. But these are made of some kind of like 3D printed plastic, it feels like almost. But it really feels like it's high quality and it's not going to break on you. I do love these chassis that they use. And you can kind of see a little wiring in there, but nothing that you're going to break. But you do have to probably be careful when putting in the USB right here to connect it to your computer. Just simply because it's kind of sticking out and you may break something, so you always want to be careful with it. But yeah, it's really nice that they did put that feature right there so you can access it very easily. But you can go ahead and put on the pommel and then it's all hidden. So one cool thing about this is that the battery compartment, you have to twist the emitter off, and as you can see there's an empty hole, which I have taken out the other part of the chassis. So here's the other part of the chassis. I'll go ahead and sit this down. But yeah, here's the rest of the chassis. So what it does is it's almost like a little connector down here, and you align this battery with the red button. So you properly suit it in, and then you can kind of feel it press into place. It doesn't click, but you can kind of feel it slightly push in. And this is an 18650 battery, I believe. Yeah, 18650. And I will say, when I first got this, there was a little plastic tab, either right here, I can't remember where, and it was super hard to get out this battery. I could almost literally not get it out unless prying it out, and I felt like I was going to break it. But what I ended up doing was getting small screwdrivers, being careful not to puncture the battery, but to kind of put it in both sides and pry it up. So then it pushed out a little bit and then I could grab it. It did come with a little bit of charge, I think, but it was not enough to actually do anything. You will have to charge this as soon as you get it. That was for my instance at least. But if you look closely, you can see it's got the PCBs, the LEDs on the PCB for blade plugs. So you don't have to get like a neopixel blade plug or anything. It's already got LEDs soldered onto this PCB and the neopixel, which is very nice concept. I love seeing that in sabers. But yeah, I'll go ahead and pop this in, and hopefully it's still got some juice in it. But like I said, you match up the battery with the red button, and you press in.
Credits will do fine.
So then you just finish screwing the emitter on, and then you are ready to boot. Now this is the KSith Qui-Gon Lightsaber sound font. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But this is actually a really good sound font because it sounds exactly how it does for Qui-Gon on Star Wars The Phantom Menace. But yeah, I mean, everything works really great. When I did receive this product, the CFX board kind of had some low parameters, I would say. The clash doesn't work as great. I'll show you that right now. Like, the clashes don't do as good as I hope they would. Not as good as they do on Profi. But it's still pretty good, as it's a lot better than what happened when I first got it. I did increase the clash sensitivity, and also the one of the other sensitivities that was really low, and it just wouldn't work for me. I think it was the other one, was the swing. It wouldn't do the hard swing instead of the smooth swing sometimes because the sensitivity was just too low. So I did have to change that. But I mean, other than that, this is a really good saber. Now, if you did want to access the CFX board, what you would have to do is you'd have to unscrew this screw right here, which they do include the tools to do that. It comes in a little baggie like this, and it just comes with a hex screw and a hex key. And it's really nice that they include those. But all you have to do is unscrew that little screw and take off this cover tack, unscrew the pommel, and then this whole metal sleeve just slips down, and it reveals the board. And that's how you get to your board if you need to take out the micro SD card for some reason. But for the most part, you won't need to do that because of the USB port down here. But yeah, this is a really great lightsaber from the thepachstore. Is actually one of my best and favorite stores to buy from. I have bought from others, but for some reason the thepachstore is just a great one. There are several great ones out there, but I do like the thepachstore, and if you're thinking about picking up a saber for a first-time user, this is definitely probably a place to buy it. Of course, there are many others out there, but this is a really good saber, and you're getting a good amount for what you pay for. Of course, all custom sabers are quite expensive, but that's just due to the technology pretty much inside and what you're getting. The hilt alone costs probably $200, $300, and the board is like 60-80 bucks, and then neopixel probably another 50 to 80 bucks. So I mean, what you're getting most of the time is pretty good for what they have to pay to install it. um, so really this is a good buy for what they have to pay for and to putting into it. But hopefully in the future we'll be able to make things cheaper for the Saber, and we'll be able to just kind of bring down that cost for people who want to start getting into this at cheaper costs. But you know, if you want quality, you're gonna have to pay for it, and this is definitely quality, especially with the deep grooves and everything, how it looks screen accurate, and it's just really perfect actually. Even the blade plug is screen accurate. But this is a very good Saber if you're really a fan of Qui-Gon and you wanna start in Saber building or Saber collecting, you might want to start with this one. But I do recommend buying from the Pach store. They are actually a really good place to buy from if you are a first time custom Saber buyer. They do make very good hilts. But this does include a neopixel blade. They do include the neopixel blade. So I will go ahead and take out the blade plug, and I'll go ahead and put in the blade and show you that real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. Alright guys, so I'm back and I have the blade put in, and I do believe that this was measured at 36 inches. I'm pretty sure that's what this was. If it wasn't, it was really close to that. But yeah, it's pretty close to a 36-inch blade. So the tip is really nice, and then it's about 36 inches down. So if you're taller, that might be good, but if you're shorter like I am, it may be kind of hard for you to swing it, just because it's hard for me. Usually I get like a 26-inch or a 30-inch just to make it easier for me to swing or to use. But yeah, if you're a taller person, this might actually suit you a lot better. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you booting it up. So there you can see we have our lightsaber blade, and it's actually very bright. You can change the brightness, of course, on the Saber from the CFX board, but it is very nice and bright. And I'll go ahead and show you some clashes. So yeah, I mean, overall it's a really good Saber and a really good buy, and I do recommend buying from the Pach store. So that pretty much sums up this video. I will be leaving links to this Saber and the belt clips, one from KSith and one from the custom Saber shop, and the sound font I used, if anyone's interested in buying one of these. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Until the next video, have a great day.